Okay, everyone, welcome to our Jumpstart Your Holidays. I want everyone right now to just stand up in your chair and just say, I'm jumpstarting the holidays. Just say it to yourself, I'm jumpstarting the holidays. I hope you've done that. Now, my goal when we launched this, and if you missed the intro webcast, the website, just write this down. Just know it. Share it with your friends. Anyone can jump on. It's jumpstartyourholidays.com. Jumpstartyourholidays.com. That's this page you're seeing on your screen right now. And I'm going to show you a ton of pages and graphics to really, it's going to be a 30-minute interactive thing to really make this webcast get you started so we all jump on these next 6 weeks. If you missed Wednesday's webcast, go to jumpstartyourholidays.com. You can replays right here. Tomorrow, sometime at the end of the day, you'll have this replay there. So no worries if you want to hear it again. And our next webcast is going to be, 3 weeks from now. It's going to be November 16th at same time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And then if someone you want to register for this series, they can just log in, first name, last name, email, and they can register for it. My thought process behind this, because people come to me all the time, Mark, why do you want to do something right before holidays? I mean, what's the goal with that? And the point would be, someone just said they can't see anything. If you can't see anything, it's showing my screen right now. It should say Jumpstart Your Holidays. That could be your web connection, but I'm assuming everyone can see this. If you can't see it, people tell me. I want to make sure everyone can see it. Okay, but the whole goal here with jumpstarting your holidays was that I got tired of client after client, and myself included, that we give ourselves a bit of a pass, October, November, December, and then we justify it to ourselves, hey, January's here, we'll just start. Kick off the new year. And then we have 2 months of backsliding followed by 2 months of progression. And at the end of the day, where were we started beginning of October? And when we think about it, the holidays are maybe 4 to 5 days in a 3-month cycle. So let's use this as a way where we build momentum. We build metabolism momentum moving into everything so we can take our body to that next level. And what I love to do is start off with a few quotes. Now, some quotes I'm going to share are, if you go to the Mark McDonald TV site, that's my personal website, VenusNutrition.com is the main website. But under Meet Mark, you see Mark's quotes. And there's 4 quotes I want to share with you. And I want you to think about, as we talk tonight, as you experience these next 6 weeks, as you take on 2016, because that's my theme for this series. And what I want us all to be present with is that it's not just jumpstarting your holiday season and owning these next 3 months. It's really building the momentum to own 2016. And the first thing I want you to ask yourself is this. And this is a quote: seeing and believing in the possibility of what can be with your health is the key to unlocking your body's full potential. Get a clear vision of your goals, know you can achieve them, and then take action. The next quote I want to share with you, and this is something that we get hit with come January 1st. It's easy to be distracted by the next big health craze. Just remember, at the end of the day, being fit and healthy has nothing to do with the hype and everything to do with education, consistency, and support. And this quote alone is really what this webcast is going to be about. There's going to be 5 keys I'm going to be sharing with you tonight. 5 keys that can set you up to own these next 6 weeks and take your body and health to that next level. And the third quote I want to share with you, 2 more. The third one is this, and this is beautiful when we talk about the holiday season. Falling off plan doesn't determine your health success. We all know we all fall off plan. Your success is decided by how quickly you get back on plan. Always focus on progress over perfection. I love the background of this image because it's someone helping up someone up of a mountaintop. And I want you to think about it as you take on these 6 weeks, whether it's the online support you're going to get through the 8-week Run Transformation Facebook group, whether it's a friend in your community, whether it's someone that you have like a Jody Stevens and a Marion Christ, who Jody's in Florida and Marion's in the UK, and I know they text each other. Whatever support you need, you're going to have some tough moments over these next 6 weeks, because this is when there's the emotional stuff. I remember Thanksgiving, my happiest times as a kid was the day after Thanksgiving, waking up and having a large pumpkin pie to myself. Now, it's okay to have an occasional pumpkin pie. I remember after Thanksgiving, it would become a 45-day food extravaganza. And as a 16-year-old fast metabolism, exercising 4 hours a day kid, I could get away with that. As a 43-year-old working professional, father of two, busy guy, I can't get away with that as much. So the whole point is I'm going to fall off a little bit over these next 6 weeks. My success is going to be decided on how quickly I get back on plan, just like yours is. And then the last quote I want to share with you before we dive into the content is really something that I think it's important. And Jason Gee, my buddy, he talked about this. And when we look at food as being one of our escapes, the reality is we all need escapes from the stressors of life. And the negative escapes, like the emotional eating, which exactly attacks us during the holidays, and not emotional in a bad way, but emotional in a way where it makes us remember things, the nostalgic feeling of eating during the holidays. Those negative escapes take you further from achieving your health goals, where the positive escapes take you closer to them. My invitation to you is this: over these next 6 weeks and starting right now, starting tonight, I want you to focus on finding new positive escapes that give you that same release, which we all need. It's not a bad thing to want to escape from the moment. I love watching movies and TV. I love The Walking Dead. And I love just watching that for an hour and making that as a release for me. That's a much healthier moment for me than eating pizza or pie or ice cream. So you need to find new positive escapes: listening to music, reading a book, watching a movie, going for a walk, playing with your kids, exercising. Basically anything that provides you, and this comes back down to you, an immediate release from the chaos of the day. You're going to be attacked more over these next 6 weeks. And that's the biggest thing: comfort food, holiday food. It attacks us. And what we all know when we talk about blood sugar and falling off plan is that it's the longer you're off plan, the harder it is to get back on plan. So the simple shift in this is going to give you that daily escape, that still feeling that you need, without sabotaging your progress. So as you take on these next 6 weeks, as we rock the rest of 2015 and we enter 2016, really want you to focus on that. And then the goal tonight for the webinar, pull up a PowerPoint here, is I'm going to cover 5 keys with you. So as we kick off tonight, there's going to be 5 simple things we're going to be focusing on. Now, I always laugh at people when they say, not laugh at people, but I laugh with people, myself included, because I'm the biggest guilty person of this, is that for years I'd say, I just need something simple. I just need something simple. You know what simple is? Eat less and move more. That's simple. That doesn't give you a lot of depth. See, simplicity is fantastic, but simplicity without depth will fail you long term. So the goal from now until throughout the holidays and January, all of 2016, is to focus on these 5 keys. As you take on your nutrition and fitness, as you're looking at achieving these goals, is you need an easy to follow plan, not a simple plan, but an easy to follow plan based on silent with depth. Step-by-step guidance as you do that, because easy to follow, you need to be led step by step. Multiple layers of daily support. I'll tell you, every single day, waking up with Hunter, seeing Abby, talking to people, each of you texting back and forth, being on Facebook, doing live webinars, this consistent thing, these layers, these different layers, doing Transformation Tuesdays on HLN, all these things, multiple layers of daily support that keeps me in tune, keeps me in check, makes me feel like I'm not doing this by myself. I'm doing this as part of a community. Then when you have all of this, you also need real life strategies. I want to share tonight and over these next 6 weeks through Facebook, through Periscope, through Twitter, I'm going to be sharing Instagram, real life strategies that are going to help you win throughout this holiday season, throughout this 6-week adventure that we're having together. And then the 5th thing is this: these inspiring reminders of what is possible. These transformations that are all around us. So when you're having a tough day, when you feel like, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe my metabolism is toast. Maybe my hormones are too out of balance. And then you see an inspiring inspiration transformation, someone just like you that showed you what's possible. These are the 5 keys I want you to think about over these next 6 weeks. These are 5 keys I want you to own way beyond this, because your overall success is going to be based upon these. Then I want you to look at, what are we focusing on now? I'm going to ask you to get a little interactive right now. Starting tonight, and what we started on Wednesday when we did our intro, is I want you to define 3 to 5 goals that you want to achieve these next 6 weeks. And feel free to, as I go through this, to include this in the webinar. You can write it down and I'll read some off. But define 3 to 5 of your goals that you want to achieve in the next 6 weeks. Now that takes us to December 7th. Now some of you might go 7th to the 14th. But then the last 2 to 3 weeks of December, what we talked about was progression, maintenance, and then making another run in January. So I want you to envision those 3 moments. These next 6 weeks, what do you want to achieve? How are you going to take on the last couple of weeks of December? And then what is your focus starting January 2016? See, laying out the vision allows you to be clear on your actions. Then I want you to get clear on your starting phase. Tonight, I'm going to be talking about the phases: detox, ignite, thrive, or body confidence. Now, when I launched the 8-week run 2 years ago, and we launched it on Headline News, and we did 8 weeks, new body, new life. No one did the 8-week run before, so everyone started in the detox phase. We have all walks of life on this webcast. Multiple countries, every state represented, people that are starting their detox right now, people that have lived Ignite, that are living Thrive, that have done body confidence and have done the Venice Nutrition Plan for 6 years now. All walks of life are on this webcast. So there's no perfect starting point for you. I'm going to share some of the tools, but at the end of the day, you can dive into, you start where you are. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's had a rough go of it. She dropped about 70 pounds on the program. She's gained back about 50. And it's because her dad's been very sick. And she struggled, and she fell off, and she struggled to get back on, and she had a hard time asking for help. And I sat with her last week. I said, what are we going to do to get you back? What's your next step? And she said, I don't want to do the detox phase. I said, so don't do the detox phase. Everyone, we're talking about eating in threes. I don't care if you detox, if you don't want to detox. All detox, ignite are super clean eating. But if you're struggling to just eat in threes, then you just need to start eating in threes, which is eating a protein, fat, carb every 3 hours. It's that simple. Start where you are and chip away. Kids don't detox or ignite. Hunter lives a thrive phase. So the whole point is, find where you are and start there. Take your current picks and measurements. Doesn't have to be before, because I know there's a lot of fit people that already rock the plan that are here. So you do that. And a couple goals here. We got Carolyn, 5% body fat, 2 clothing sizes. I love it. Carl and Kathy Firestone, I love that. Aaron Anderson, want to lose 10 pounds. Been plateauing for the past few weeks because I haven't been able to incorporate very much exercise into my Ignite phase. So there you go. So this is, once again, another great push for you. Then there's going to be 3 things I'm going to share tonight that once you have your goals, once you're clear on where you're starting, and you now have the visuals to support the progress you're going to achieve, we got to get your food plan set, which is going to be grocery shopping, your MRFK, your mobilized food kit, and your recipes. You got to have fun with your exercise by utilizing the 3 types, so we got to schedule it. And then you're going to dive into your daily support and ask all questions. That is the goal for right now. That's what I'm going to be covering over the next 15 to 20 minutes to set you up to win. So your mindset, you understand you may fall off, but over these next 6 weeks, we're going to be together every step of the way to help you win. You're going to have multiple layers of support. And not only are you going to take your body to the next level in jumpstarting the holidays, these next 6 weeks, you're going to rock the final couple weeks, and then January 2016 and beyond, you're going to take it to a whole nother level. Everyone on board with that? Are we good with that? Okay, I love that. And then Beth said something really cool. Identify the things that make me fall off plan. I think let's add that to the focus now. I love that, Beth. See, we're already learning from the community. As you take on these next 6 weeks, You're more vulnerable. This is the most vulnerable moment you're going to be. We know that. October, November, December, most vulnerable times for people. Get clear on what makes you fall off plan. Okay. So as we look at these 5 things, as we keep talking about it, 5 keys for the holidays, easy to follow plan. So a couple things I want to share. When we look at eating in threes, if you look at your screen, eating in 3 is very simple. I just want you to imagine this, eating protein, carbs, and fat every 3 hours. What that does, and I talked about this last week in the webinar, it stabilizes your blood sugar, releases your stored fat, sets you up to win. So everything that we're going to be focusing on is going to be based upon eating in threes throughout this entire Jumpstart Your Holidays, and you take this throughout. And even at Thanksgiving, trust me, that's why we're doing a mid-session before Thanksgiving, because I'm going to teach you how to win your Thanksgiving. So I'm not going to cover everything tonight. This is your Jumpstart to get you going and start you winning. So 2 tools that you can use. The 8-week run, as I talked about, the whole 8-week run digital coaching course, which gives you your interactive guides, your phases, coaching videos from me, delicious recipes. You can go to 8weekrun.com and you can get on that. That's a $97 package that you can get access to that. Some of you are using the Body Confidence, the Venice Nutrition software. So those are 2 great tools that give you the step-by-step guidance that set you up to win. Now, as we look at part of that, this is a 3-phase your 8-week run. I know many of you, you might have the versions that we launched 2 years ago, or you might be doing core and you have the Detox, Ignite, and Thrive. So this is a platform, the 8weekrun.com, that you can dive into. But if you have tools that are already there, or you bought a best-selling book, Why Kids Make You Fat, another great tool right here, the book here, this also walks you through the program. So whatever resource you have, there's 3 simple phases: Detox, Ignite, and Thrive. I want you to choose which phase you're in. Or if you're doing Body Confidence, whichever you sit right now is where you're going to start. So when I see a Joyce Johnson on, if Joyce is going to say, hey, Mark, I'm going to detox, then Joyce would simply go to detox. She'd click on the detox phase, and she would follow the detox program. And the detox program is very simple. You're going to cut, you're going to clean, and you're going to flush. And it's going to walk you through all the portion sizes. So wherever you sit, whatever phase you're in, you're going to do that. Now, if you're new to the program, start with the detox. But as I use that analogy of my friend, she wasn't ready to do the detox phase. She didn't want to go back to that. So she's starting in the Ignite/Thrive phase. So my point in surviving the holidays and winning these holidays over these next 6 weeks is get clear on the phase you want to start in and implement it. And I want to be crystal clear. Detox phase is about eating super, super clean to lose your bloat. It's like giving your body an oil change. The Ignite phase is all about keeping that super clean eating going, but really diving into melting your belly fat. And then the Thrive phase is something that you're still progressing, but you're not eating as clean. You're still eating in 3s, you're still doing very well, but your quality of food may not be super clean. We're going to bring breads back, maybe some cheese. So depending on where you are and what you want to achieve over these next 6 weeks, there's no right, wrong here, guys. Start the phase that you're comfortable with. But what I want to help you prevent, the number 1 goal you should have over these next 6 weeks is to not regress. It's to progress at the pace that you want to. Now, once again, tools, book, or the 8-week run, or the core documents, or if you're working with a Venice Nutrition coach, they have this information. So whatever the resources are, make sure you dive into the resources that set you up to win, so that you have these tools that are allowing you to go. Then, when we look here, you have video and podcast. So what I'm going to be doing, there's a couple layers of support that I'm going to be talking about. The Facebook group, which I'm going to show you, you're going to have access to. I'm going to be starting to do periscoping. I'm going to be giving stuff on Facebook myself that are going to be little tips that are going to set you up to win. But once again, in the 8-week run series, you have a whole step-by-step video, progress over perfection, preparing for your 8-week run, walking you through the detox phase, walking you through the Ignite phase. So I'm not going to spend these webcasts or this system talking about all the support resources you have. I want to move on and kind of set you up with what you need to do now, and then how you can leverage your tools and how you can keep winning. But just know that if you need more support, if you need more step-by-step guidance, it's right at your fingertips with this tool. Recipes. In the 8-week run, there's great recipes. In Why Kids Make You Fat, there's great recipes. In Facebook, on the 8-week run recipe, which I'm going to show you now, that's a whole nother support system. Your food must taste good. So make sure when we look at easy to follow plan, step-by-step guidance, these are your tools that let you set up to win. So this doesn't become something that you do for a moment in time. It's something you do for the rest of your life. And then support. When you click on support, there's the 8-week run transformation group. So right here, this is a group, if you're not part of, this is a group you need to join. And just something like this, officially done with 14 days of detox. Woo, laugh aloud, joking. But this is a whole thing. Now, Naomi's moving to that next level. And then she has great questions about some recipes that she can do. So make sure you're engaged in this. We have great health pros like Howard M. Strong doing Monday mentality, doing inspirational quotes consistently. So this is one of your layers of support. Now, another layer is going to be your 8-week run recipe collection. I want all of us to get active and post recipe after recipe. So we're doing this, and I can't wait to see some of the holiday recipes that each of you are going to have, because there's going to be many that I'm going to share. On my blog, I'm going to share some stuff on this. There's great daily strategies, transformations. So there's a lot of great support here, expert coaches, but just know multiple layers of support for you that helps you step every way. So this is where we look. The 5 keys I talked about. Easy to follow plan based on science. Check there. Step-by-step guidance, your tools. You have multiple levels of resources that you can dive into. Multiple layers of daily support. Every single day, you can plug into your online, your virtual, or your friends to help guide you and do stuff together. Even in your community, start doing a new holiday recipe based upon eating in threes and meet weekly. Then this is the other thing, real life strategies. I'm going to show you some stuff on just my site that give you some ideas. And then I'd like you to take this, and tonight, I want you to really think about how you're going to set yourself up with your daily food frenzy. I want you to think about a moment in time when you fell off plan, where you were stuck without food. We were at a soccer tourney this weekend, and there wasn't enough time for the kids to hustle over to get some food before their final game. And I pulled out my MRFK and I fed 5 different kids. I think 6 maybe. But bottom line is no one was prepared. MRFK is your mobile readiness food kit. So when we start thinking about how you're going to win, it's got to be when are you going grocery shopping? How are you going to be prepared? And how are you going to eat in restaurants if you need to? Simply by going to markmcdonald.tv/foodfrenzy. And if you go on this site, you can search for basically any video or blog that you want. This is free support for you. But here are all the videos that we've done on consistently. Did So Sweet It's Scary, Halloween, Thanksgiving, how to grocery shop, how to win your daily food frenzy, how to have your cake and eat it too. This is a great Halloween special here. All of these are videos that help you step by step, a 2-part video on how to eat in a restaurant. These are videos that help you win your daily food frenzy. Because look, you can have the tools. You can have the right mindset. But if you have low blood sugar and you're caught without food, or you have an empty fridge, I deal with myself every day. It is not easy. So make sure that you're dealing with your food frenzy. And let me give you a couple tips right now. So first thing is this. Always eat in threes. So when you're eating out, when you're on the road, when you're at a party over these next 6 weeks and beyond, you always choose your protein first. So protein slows down the rate of digestion, and it gets digested in your stomach. So you choose your protein first. If you're at a restaurant, you want to make sure that you're asking for all the food to be prepared without oil or butter, or at a dinner party, and you stick with water as your beverage choice. So this applies immediately to holiday eating out or holiday parties. Number 2, if you're at games, if you're on the road, if you're at the office, stock your MRFK. So some great proteins, hard-boiled eggs, turkey slices, nitrate-free turkey jerky, protein powder, fruits and vegetables for your carbs, nuts and avocado for your fats, and then meal replacements, protein powders, protein bars, ready to drinks. So like I had a Power Crunch ready to drink shake, I had some nuts, and then I had an apple at the soccer field. But then I also had my shaker, and I had my core protein powder with the nuts and an apple as well. And then I had my bars. And then I had some hard-boiled eggs. So my point is, make sure throughout these next 6 weeks, whatever phase you're living, because depending on your phase is going to be your quality of food that you choose. Make sure you stock your MRFK. And then number 3, you drink your water. Over these next 6 weeks, and many of you know this, it's crucial. Water is going to continue enhancing your metabolism. It's going to flush out all your toxins. It's going to set you up to win. You're going to steal your exercise. And I'm going to talk about that in a moment. But these are stuff that's on the markmcdonald.tv site that as you're looking at real life strategies are going to set you up to win. When I look at exercise adventures, another one, markmcdonald.tv/exercise adventures. Exercise has to be fun, guys. You're going to be in and out. You're going to be traveling. It might be a little bit harder over these next couple months. But there's great ways, great videos. I do goalkeeper training with Hunter. We did a family fitness and fun house in our basement. How to play tennis, cardio soccer, how to stretch it out and don't get injured. This was a counter the Thanksgiving 10-minute burst of workout you can do. My point is this, and this is another great one, working out at work. These are great videos that will help you take what you're learning as you rock these next 6 weeks to win. And that's markmcdonald.tv/exercise adventures. Now there's 3 types of exercises we look here. So as you're taking on, whether it's a detox, ignite, or thrive, basically what I'd like you to look at, if you're not exercising at all, starting this week, just start doing 3 to 5 days a week for 30 minutes. Our theme for these 6 weeks is 1%. Many of you heard me say it, 1% at a time. So you just start doing 3 to 5 days a week for 30 minutes. Now, as you evolve, in a perfect world, there's 3 types. Your red muscle is that fat burning cardio right here. And that's when oxygen is present and you're not out of breath. Your white muscle, half your body, is that burst, that high intensity cardio, like jumping rope or sprinting or spinning. And then your strength training is when you're breaking down muscle, you feed it correctly, come back, and you're sore the next day. That makes you strong. Remember, muscle is your friend for men and women. So in a perfect world, over these next 6 weeks, you're going to be doing 5 days a week. You would always do your strength training or high intensity cardio before, let me repeat that, before your fat burning cardio. That's how you maximize your fuel pathways. You burn much more fat by doing your fat burning cardio after your sugar burning movements like strength training or high intensity cardio. So a sample, once again, apply this to you, but a sample workout would be Monday, Wednesday, Friday strength training, 30 minutes, Pilates, yoga, workout class, CrossFit. 2 days a week, Tuesday, Thursday would be your high intensity for 30 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. Once again, in the tools, the 8-week run digital coaching series, Why Kids Make You Fat, all great examples for this and videos helping you with this. And then fat burning cardio following that. So after each one of those workouts, you do 30 to 45 minutes of fat burning cardio. Great example. I wake up in the morning, I do about 20 to 30 minutes of strength training, and then I follow that with 30 to 45 minutes on my bike, my indoor trainer, or I'll take my dogs for a walk with Hunter with a weighted vest. My 2 days of interval training for me, I don't like doing high intensity like on a spike or jumping rope as much, but I will do some cross training for soccer. But most of my high intensity cardio is at Sky Zone. I do Sky Zone indoor trampoline dodgeball for 2 hours once a week, and then I play indoor soccer. So if you don't like just going to a track and running, you can choose a sport or some type of activity that will set you up with that. Okay. And you know what? I see Renita Brennan on here, and Renita Brennan has some great, it's called the Million Step Challenge. And Renita has some awesome exercise, 10-minute exercise videos that you can plug into. So once again, Renita, post on that in the 8-week run transformation, please, because this is all about each of us, as we have so many great health pros that are part of this that can share their great information with that. And then one more great blog just to check out. I'm going to talk about this more in 3 weeks, but I just want you to remember that November, December are very, very tiring months for most of us. When we look at the sleep studies and we look at where people struggle, a lot of times it's during the holiday seasons. There's a lot more stress, there's a lot more pressure, there's a lot more things to do. If you're not sleeping, your body's not metabolizing. So simply go to Mark McDonald TV, go to the search menu, put in sleep, and you'll see this blog I wrote. And it's about your sleep cycles. It's about your 90-minute sleep cycles. It's about the 3 hormones. And this is something I just want to share. There's 3 main hormones that affect how your body works. Ghrelin, leptin, and cortisol. And you want to look at ghrelin and leptin as 2 hormones that balance your appetite. So ghrelin is produced in your GI tract, and it stimulates hunger. And leptin is produced in your fat cells and tells your body when you're full. Now, the problem is this. When you're sleep deprived, your body over-releases ghrelin, and that's the one that tells you to eat more, increasing your appetite, and that inhibits the release of leptin, which tells your body you're full. So this is what triggers this nonstop high-calorie consumption and weight gain. And then on top of that, when you're sleep deprived, the other hormone is cortisol, your stress hormone. And that causes high blood sugar, stored fat, and some negative aspects. Now, these hormones are crucial for your body, but this is when I talk about falling off plan. That quote about falling off plan, it's just a natural thing, but it's what gets you back on, and understanding is the education, the consistency. It's not about the hype. So as you get educated about these particular things, you can make these adjustments. That's crucial to know from that. And then the last thing, I talked about the 5 keys. Let me repeat real quick. Easy to follow plan based on science, step-by-step guidance, your tools to win, multiple layers of daily support, real-life strategies, which I've just been sharing, and inspiring reminders of what's possible. Now, this is why I love Transformation Tuesdays. On the markmcdonald.tv site under programs, you see transformation. Same thing on VeniceNutrition.com. Just powerful transformations. If you go to this page and you click here, you can see all of our headline news transformations. And what I love about this is it once again just shows where you are and how you can take your body and health to the next level. And on this page, you're going to see someone like you, someone where they have to lose their last 10 pounds, or they've like when we look at Justin Baird, who lost 118 pounds in 9 months, or the Power of 2. When we look at Frank and Tamara Webb and their inspiring transformations, the whole point is that wherever you sit, it's so important to understand that someone else has done it. And that goes right back to my first quote, that seeing and believing in the possibility of what can be with your health is the key to unlocking your body's full potential. Because whatever you want to achieve, it's possible from there. Hold on, let me put this. So everyone, I want to do a quick recap, and then we're going to open up to Q&A, and then I want to end with a story. Well, what I want to be clear on is this. I started something a few years ago that we already had a powerful community, but I wanted to do something special with Headline News, and we launched the 8-week run leading into Why Kids Make You Fat, leading into the 8-week run, leading into the core transformation, and we created one powerful movement throughout North America and internationally. And we have people of all walks of life, people who have achieved their goals, people who have surpassed their goals, people who are just starting their journey. This is about us as a community, inspiring one another to be our very best. I've lived in this industry and I've taken care of my body since I could remember. I've been an athlete since I was 7. But every single day, every single year, I get inspired by more and more. So each of you inspire me. And that's what I'm going to ask everyone on this webinar, everyone part of this Jumpstart Your Holidays series is all about. That we can make a movement and no longer let go of, hey, January is when you start. No, we start now. We make our movement now. We still enjoy the holidays. We're going to share how to do that. And we're going to create a movement so January 1 doesn't become the moment where everyone has to start over, No, it's just another continuation of your journey in health. And some of the platforms we're going to do that on, I've already shared the Facebook. On Periscope, it's my name is Mark McDonald VN. It's at Mark McDonald Victor Nancy, like Venice Nutrition. I have not periscoped yet. I did a joint one with Dave, but I'm new to it. But I'm going to start doing that. We launched today. So our transformation, our 6-week jumpstart is today. We launch it today. I'm going to be doing a hybrid of the Ignite and Thrive phase, and I'm going to continue rocking it. And I'm going to continue moving forward. And right now I'm sitting at 10, I'd say 10 and a half, but I would say 11% body fat because it was like 10.8. So I'm going to say 11% body fat. And my goal is going to be to drop down to 8% body fat over the next 6 weeks. And I'm going to go, and right now I'm at 205. My weight may not drop that much, but I'm going to probably drop down to about 198. That's going to be my best soccer weight. But my point is that wherever you sit, whatever goal you have, I'm going to be scoping. I'm going to be on Facebook, just like each of you are going to be on. And over these next 6 weeks, we're going to make a powerful holiday movement together. So to recap, your focus now is to define your goals, not just for these next 6 weeks, but for the last couple of weeks of December and January. Be clear in your starting phase. There's no right or wrong where you start. Take your current picks and measure you. Get your food plan set. I gave you the tools to plug into. Make sure you have those tools. Have fun with your exercise. Schedule it. Make sure you use the 3 types and dive into your daily support. Our Jumpstart Your Holidays starts right now. So when we go back to the page, jumpstartyourholidays.com. Our next webinar is going to be the Mid-Experience Coaching Session, November 16th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to be on Facebook every single day. I don't know when I'm scoping yet. I'm working on that. Renita Brandon will help me with that. I know many of you are doing that. Kelly Benama will help me with that. The reality is that I'm going to start scoping, but I want all of us to give new ideas, stay fresh, keep it fun, and have a blast with it. And make sure you plug into your tools. Choose what phase you're going to be doing. So if I go right here, I want to show the phases. Once again, if you're new, hit the detox. If you've already done it, start with where you feel comfortable with. And I want to end with this story. We were at the soccer tourney with Hunter this weekend. And Hunter and his team, and they got second in the tournament. And they were playing so well. And Hunter jammed his finger. He had a massive jam. It hurt his finger, and he kept playing through it. I kept thinking about, how he's going to get better and how he can improve that and how he pushed through that pain, but how he can strengthen that and get stronger, and how he's going to feed to fuel that. And I kept thinking about when I played as a kid, I didn't have any of this knowledge. And now I look at myself as a 43-year-old man, and I have all this knowledge where I can feed the 5 kids with my MRFK. I can help all the other parents, educate them. I look at my son who hurts his finger, and I understand the body and the exercise and how we can strengthen it, how we can fuel it. And then JJ, my dear friend, who's just an amazing soccer coach, came up to me and said, hey, can you put together a plan for the kids to follow for this big tournament we're going to do in November, and for the parents to apply as well? And I'm doing that. And my whole point in all of this is that the moment that I just had at the soccer field is a moment that each of you can have in your community. There's a desperate need for information right now. People are struggling. They don't know how to eat. They don't know what to do, and you do. You have a skill set to change the world. I think of Jody Stevens often, who's dropped over 100 pounds, who's a dear friend of mine, and that she's an elementary school teacher. And I know the difference that she's making now, 2 years later, compared to 2 years before, because of her knowledge, because of her skill set. My invitation to you is this. Take what you're doing these next 6 weeks, share it with your friends and family, share it in your community, and lead by example and help people become their very best. Our Jumpstart the Holiday starts now. Everyone, rock and roll, get engaged in Facebook, and let's take our bodies to the next level. I'm going to hit end recording and go right to Q&A. This is your moment. Make it happen. We start now.